Hi everyone, you've made it through Module 2 and we're on to Module 3. And I'd like to just let you know that Module 3 is probably one of the most difficult modules that you're going to get through because there's not a lot of objectivity but more subjectivity with these chapters that deal with values and ethics. So, values is what we're going to be exploring. And you want to, number one, think about your own values. And some of the assignments that you're going to be doing are going to help you to explore what's important to you. And the thing to remember in this module is as you look at people's argument, what makes somebody argue for a particular topic? What's the underlying value that they have that makes them believe a certain way about a topic? So those are some things that you want to think about. For instance, if somebody is against the death penalty, that underlying value, maybe they underlie the underlying value is that they value human life, and they believe that people can be reformed. So it's that underlying idea or value that all people can be reformed no matter what they've done, even if they've murdered somebody. Whereas somebody who is maybe against the death penalty might say something along the lines of, I believe in the value of justice. And if somebody has taken a life, then they should forfeit their own. Those are two competing values that make people believe differently about a topic or about an issue. So those are the things that we want to be thinking about. And as you're reading people's arguments, you want to think and make assumptions or guesses about what those underlying values are. And hopefully you're going to be able to start to be thinking about that and thinking about your own values as well. So as we go into modules and we look at Module 3, let me get to it here, sorry. We have an instructor introduction. Again, it's a lot like what I'm going over right now. Please look at the checklist. The checklist shows that you do have 2 weeks to complete this, but there are 2 assignments that are due a week from Monday, or from yesterday, so due on September 19th. One is creating a syllogism. They're both going to be done in the discussion board. And another one is creating an autobio poem. Now those are both in the discussion board with some examples for you to do, but please note the due date on both of those. Extremely important for you to do. We go back to modules here. Please also bear in mind that there are some quite a few screencasts. They're all around 5 minutes long. I think they're probably important for you to watch, especially for those of you that are struggling with these 2 chapters. These 2 right here, values and valuing, are not in the chapters, and I think they're important for you to watch just so you have an idea of what I'm trying to get at for these chapters. And again, as you're reading the book, if you watch these screencasts, again, it tells you what I believe is important in those chapters. So I think they're a great accompaniment to what you're reading. So you do have some discussion boards. Again, these 2, note the due dates, which is September 19th. These are kind of fun. Well, syllogism creation might not think so, but I think these other ones are more delving into your own personal values. So really be thinking about that as you're going through and really follow along the lines of what the prompt in the discussion board is asking you to do. There are some textbook assignments. I'm going to click on that really quickly. There's 2 in here that you need to do. One's on page 42 and one is on pages 87 and 88. So please make sure that you do both of these and look at the examples that I give to help you with that. And finally, maybe not finally, because I've got one other thing that I want to share with you. There are 2 quizzes. Again, you can take those quizzes as many times as you would like to get the score that you would like. And then there's a Chapter 2-3 test. Again, use your time wisely. There's a lot to do here in these chapters, so you want to make sure that you're taking the time to do that. I do want to focus on that critical reflection 2. You're going to go back to the library, and when you do, you're going to be finding a couple of articles that have differing viewpoints on the same topic. So when you go to the library and you hit that library link, I'm going to spend a couple of minutes doing this just because I think it's important. You're going to go to e-resources, and once you're in e-resources, you're going to go to this general category and you're going to click on opposing viewpoints in context. And then you're going to go up here where it says browse issues. And if you click on that, it is going to give you a whole list of issues in alphabetical order that you think might be of interest to you, but especially you want to try to find an issue that's going to have 2 varying viewpoints, 2 very kind of opposite viewpoints. So important for you to take a look at that. So let's say you look at cloning. You want to try to find some opposite viewpoints on clothing. I'm going to go, let's see, since we were talking about capital punishment earlier, I'm going to go on to that one. This gives you an overview of what capital punishment is. This is not an article, but you can read it to help give you an idea. But what I want you to focus on is this area right here that says viewpoints. Then you know that this is going to help you out. As I look at this, I've got 2 things here. Here's one. I'm going to click on it, and it's going to show me all 315 articles. But here's one right here. The death penalty should be abolished. And here's one. The death penalty is an effective punishment. So these are 2 opposite viewpoints. So I want to use both of those articles to complete the activity that I'm asking you to do. Please don't use these. Try to find something different, something that's of interest to you. But again, you want to look at these opposing viewpoints, and hopefully that will kind of help you to give you an idea of what to do. If you have any questions, let me know. Again, this is a really good these are really good chapters to reflect personally on why you believe what you believe about particular issues, and it helps you to delve deeper into why people who are writing about or talking about issues, especially in light of the political climate that we have right now, why they are believing or saying what they're saying. What are those underlying values that they have? And are they values that you agree with or not? So take care. Have a good 2 weeks. Use your time wisely. Talk to you.